a long vacation, but there's nothing to do. Hey Luna, do you have plans to go somewhere? Isabella, if you're so free, why don't you just go to Disneyland? I'm going with 5 of my mom friends. What? You're going to Disneyland? That's great! I've been so bored lately. It'll be a great way to pass the time. It's not like you're going to Disneyland to pass the time. You should be going there with the intention of having fun. Well, don't mind the details. More importantly, when are you planning to go to Disney? What? Why are you asking me that? What? Because I'm going with you guys. What? You can't just barge in. Even if you do decide to stick along, we've already planned to go, just the 5 of us. What gives? You're the one who suggested I go to Disney. I won't forgive you if you don't take me with you. That may be true, but I've heard bad things about you. I've heard that you sometimes spend other people's money to have a good time. Oh my gosh, that story's been spreading. Well, don't worry. I won't take more than I have to. So that means you are going to take some money from some of them? That's absolutely not allowed. I will not allow it. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. You're the one who asked me out, so obviously you're the one paying, right? It's not obvious. Don't be absurd. I'll get angry. I'm not afraid of you being mad at me. Anyway, I'll look forward to our trip at Disney. Be sure to bring us lots of money. I'm taking my husband and my son with me. Huh? Why are you adding 2 more people? I mean, it's a long weekend. I'm a family person. I'm not going to leave them alone with just the 2 of them. If you're someone who cares about family, you should take care of your friends too. Oh, of course I take care of my friends. That's why I'm letting you take me. On the trip to Disney? No one wants that. Just don't follow us without permission. If you do that, I'll get angry too. Why don't you just get mad at me? I'm not afraid of you being mad at me. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the trip. Please, give my regards to everyone. We got to Disney before you did. It's my son's birthday today, so make sure you all celebrate big and buy him a drink. We changed our destination to SeaWorld. What? Because we knew you'd be on board. We didn't think it would be a good idea to let you take advantage of us. So we all agreed to take the trip to SeaWorld. What? To change plans without telling me? That's just terrible. Who's the one being cruel? You tried to go on a trip with other people's money. It's only natural for this to happen, isn't it? It's not natural. It's not too late. You should just all come to Disneyland. I can't. I mean, we haven't even bought Disney tickets. What? Why? I thought you bought them in advance. When you told us you were going to follow us, we hadn't bought our tickets yet. That's why we were able to switch to SeaWorld. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. I told my husband and son that today was a free trip. My son has been on vacation for a long time, so he's been very bored. He was so happy. Oh, your poor son. It's not too late for him to get into Disney with your money. It'll cost you, but he'll have a lot of fun. No, I just don't want to. We don't have that kind of money. My husband was told it was a free trip. So I'm sure he didn't bring a lot of money. Great husband you have there. Can't believe you actually thought you could go on a trip like this. Well, I guess you'll just have to accept that you got what you deserved. You've got to be kidding me. You tricked me. And you say things like that. You don't feel any shame in deceiving me and treating me like this. Don't you feel ashamed of taking your son on a trip with you and depending on other people's money? If you do that, your son will learn that it's okay to spend other people's money. Is that okay with you? Why not? Other people are like wallets to me. Huh? I've always thought other people were like wallets to begin with. If my son learns that lesson, I'll be happy for him. There's only 2 kinds of people in this world anyways. Those who take, and those who are robbed. He needs to grow up to be one of the person who takes. I wonder if did you grow up in a world full of cartoons and anime? What kind of brain do you need to have to see a fantasy world made of only people who take or get taken money from them? Don't trouble people by forcing your delusions on them. What do you mean fantasy? I really believe in this. I don't care what you think. Please, can you stop dragging my friends into this? Frankly, it's annoying. What's annoying? We're all friends with each other. It's normal to help each other out in times of need. Yeah, okay, so you say that friends should support each other's back, but you've never supported me back. They don't even consider you a friend. What? You're lying. I'm not lying. That's what everyone says. No, they don't. I'm sure they're all just dying to go on a trip with me. I'm wondering where you get that idea from. Why don't you just call everyone and see what they think? Sure, I'll check. I'll prove you wrong. They didn't call me a friend. Instead, they called me a nuisance and a distraction. They just call me names. I told you, you're not accepted by anyone. That's too much. What the hell did I do? You tried to go on a trip with other people's money. And before that, you spent all your money on lavish entertainment. That's the past. Look at the present. The present. You haven't changed even in the present. No, I've changed. I'm sorry now. So either take me to SeaWorld, or you can come to Disney. That doesn't sound like a very remorseful person to me. If you're remorseful, why don't you just say, from now on, I'll travel with my own money, instead of saying, choose one so you can take me. How can you be so out of line, Isabella? Don't tell me I'm out of line. I'm not out of line. Yes, you are. That's why everyone hates you. Don't tell me people hate me. You're hurting my feelings. Wait a minute. My husband and son are starting to get mad at me for not bringing my friends. Oh, what did you tell them? Oh, I said my mom friend who's going to treat us to this trip was going to be here soon. I told them to wait. But they haven't shown up yet, so I guess they're both getting impatient. Of course they are. They're not coming. Ever. I mean, even if you waited, it's already confirmed that no one's coming. Don't make it definite. Come on, come here. My husband and son would think it would be odd if I said we were going to SeaWorld all of a sudden. So you'll all need to come to Disney as soon as possible. I'm only giving you one choice. Even if you narrow down the choices, we're not going anyway. You should really listen to what people have to say. You listen to me. I'm asking you this much. You're not asking, you're threatening. What? How is that a threat? I'll hurt you if you don't come. See? Now that's a threat. That's 100% a threat. That's enough. My husband and son are going to get very mad at me. You should be more considerate of what I'm going through here. I'm not even there, so I can't be considerate of anything. Honestly, you're just being absurd. Or what? Do you think I'm a psychic or something? I'm sorry if you did. I'm not an Esper. So I don't know what you and your husband are up to? That's not what I'm talking about. Why do you keep switching the topic? You're wasting my time. Hurry up and get over here. That's my line. You're wasting my time. Well, that's okay. I've got a bunch of mom friends here, having a great time watching you text me. Huh? You're doing what? We're still on the train. We're all laughing our asses off about how outrageous you are. We were gonna play cards or something along the way, but this is way more fun. Oh my god, you're humiliating me. That's awful. This is nothing but harassment. I'm suing you. I will sue you. Well, okay, how are you going to sue me? For contentment, defamation, and assault and battery. There's more, right? You're really good at this entertainment thing. Mia's laughing so hard, her jaw's about to come off. Huh? What is she laughing about? Because there's no way I'm going to be charged with assault. for something like this. And first of all, you're committing theft by spending other people's money. You're the one who's putting yourself on the back of the burner, pointing fingers at other people. That's what cowards do. No, you don't have to say that. I haven't done anything wrong. You're the ones who were trying to cheat me. So you're the ones doing the wrong, right? No, we're not trying to cheat you. I mean, you put yourself on the shelf while pushing your responsibilities onto other people. You don't know that's called blame shifting? A person who thinks in terms of others' blame? Those are perfect words for you right now, aren't they? Who's blaming others? Who is? Hey, that's enough. My husband and son are angry with me. They might find out you're not coming. Why don't you just let them find out? And then you can go ahead and just get yelled at. No, I don't want that. I don't want to get yelled at. My husband will be so mad when he finds out I need the money. My son might even say he hates me. How will you take the responsibility if that happens? What? I don't think I need to take any responsibility. It's not my fault. What? That's irresponsible. It's your fault in this situation. Take responsibility. Yes, blame shifting. You've learned a lot of words today. You've become smarter. From now on, when you meet people like you can use these words to call them out. Well, I think most of the time you'll be saying it to yourself when you look in the mirror. Stop taunting me. You've got to be kidding. I'll never forgive you guys. I will get my revenge. I don't think you can get revenge, because from now on, we're kicking you out of the group of friends. And if we see you around town, we're going to keep in touch so we don't bump into you anymore. What are you saying? That's just terrible. It's your fault. If you're going to hold a grudge, hold it against yourself for what you've done. Please stop saying such horrible things. You have to help me. No matter how much Isabella tried to contact us, we just left it off. Later, we arrived at SeaWorld and enjoyed ourselves to the fullest, all while ignoring Isabella's calls. Her husband and son eventually found out about everything. After getting scolded, they left her without doing anything because they had no money. As a result, her husband ordered her to keep away from her mom friends and became hated by her own son because we all chased off Isabella as a group. I feel that our friendship has become stronger than ever. It must be really hard to be a kid when your parents are poor. I feel for you. Emily! Thank you so much for your help today at my class visit. I'll be attending the group work portion and the lunch with your child. It was a lot of hard work. I wonder if you don't let your kids have computers or smartphones. I couldn't help but laugh with Emily when your child brought out their books to do their research. I was like, do we live in the 80s or something? We're so lucky. My husband's the president of the venture company, so we have a lot of money to spare. That's right. I'm sorry. I haven't given anything like that to my kids. Emily's child is very quick at looking up information, so it really helped us out. My son has had a smartphone since he was 5 years old, so he's really good at gathering information, you know? Unlike some poor boy, right? That's great. My son loves computers. He's on the computer most of the time at home. He likes to play online games and talk to people overseas. But he doesn't need a smartphone, and he doesn't even touch mine. Well, as the person in charge of the family's finances, it's a good thing for me. Smartphones are quite expensive. Oh no. Are you sure you're okay letting him do that kind of thing? He'll become a hermit. A hermit? Because come on, not having a smartphone to make friends at school? Kids today, if they don't have smartphones, they get left out. Or they don't have any common interests. They can't keep up with the conversation. They're going to be in high school real soon. So it's important for them to have friends to study with for high school entrance exams, right? Kids grow up differently depending on their environment. So what do you mean? That's true, but we try not to worry about that kind of thing. I want my son to grow up freely and openly. What's with that? You just can't afford it because you're poor, right? Quit trying to make yourself sound good. It's annoying. I'm sorry if I offended you. What does your husband do for a living? I can't believe you're making your kids feel so poor. He must not have a good job. My husband is in the trading business. He travels around overseas. What's that? Is he a reseller? That sounds like a nasty job. No, that's not what I meant. Enough. Talking to poor people makes me feel so poor too. I'm sorry? Sophia, did your child cause some kind of trouble? By chance, because he's behind in school fees. Is there something wrong? I haven't heard about any of this from my son. If he caused any particular trouble? How can they call him to the principal's office if he hasn't done anything? I heard the head teacher went in there with him. He must have done something terrible. I'm really scared. I guess that's what happens when you're not brought up well. I don't think my son would do something that bad. Parents never really know what their children are doing. I'm going to have to tell my son to not act like yours. No, you don't have to do it. My son will be fine. First of all, you don't make as much money as we do. So how can your son be fine in the same school as my son? I'm sure he's up to something behind the scene. That principal, I knew he could be bribed. My son was admitted fair and square. And what did you say? That principal? What's going on? Nothing. You poor people are so quick to pick on me. I really wish you'd stop. Does it matter whether they're rich or poor? Enough! I have nothing more to say to you. Hey, is your son okay? Emily, it's been a while. Again, what is it this time? Nothing. I heard your son didn't take any high school entrance exams. There's nowhere he can take them from here on out. Is he too poor to even go to high school? What a poor kid. Oh, you mean that? My son didn't have to take the entrance exam, so he didn't take it. Huh? What do you mean? Is he going to follow in his parents' footsteps and become a reseller? It's a parent's duty to make sure their children have a proper education. What a horrible mother you are. No, it's not like that. Then what is it? Tell me. Tell me why you won't send him to high school. He's going to an American high school. What? An American high school? My son is very good at programming and learning new languages. I felt that Japanese education was too slow for him. Yes, I think it's a parent's responsibility to place their child in an environment where they can develop their strengths. So I would rather give him a computer than a smartphone. I also bought him books about foreign countries. I try to open their eyes about various things. You never said anything about that. I thought you were too poor to buy him a smartphone or something. That's impossible. My husband earns a sensible amount of money. It's not that we can't afford it. It's that we just didn't buy it for him. You're lying. You said it yourself. He's a reseller. There's no way he can make that much money. Who told you that? My husband is the president of a trading company. Apparel and textile companies. Apparently, he's also an angel investor these days. I don't know the details. President? Yes, it's such a big company, but he is the president. I didn't know that. By the way, Emily's husband's company? It's called White Collar 400, right? Yes, it is. How did you know that? My husband has an investment in it. It's only a few $1,000s. Oh, really? He's been giving out a lot of business advice on an online basis. They don't interact that much in real life. But my husband was angry too. He was angry that his business was called a reseller. I wonder if he's going to help your husband's company in the future. I'm sorry. It's too late to apologize now. Well, I'll let him know when I get a chance. Oh, thank you. Also, I'll tell you this, by the way. What? There's more? Your son, his junior high and high school, he got in by going through the back door, didn't he? What? What are you talking about? My son got in through the entrance exam. Stop making false accusations. I see. But my son said he heard that your son said He got in even though he didn't write anything in his answer sheet. Because you made fun of my son. It seems like your son also talked in a condescending way to mine. He said he was special, chosen human being, so he didn't have to do anything. You're giving him a great education, aren't you? Ugh. That's just a cute quarrel between kids, right? There's no need to take it seriously. This is ridiculous. Who's going to believe your kid's words anyways? Okay, my son? He's the school's first student going to an overseas high school, so they're taking pretty good care of him. He's got excellent grades and he comes to school as a special student. Huh? The school didn't say anything about it, but what my son says is pretty important from the school's point of view. No way. Next time, I'll be invited to the meeting with the school. I'll discuss this with them a little more, okay? Our educational policy is a bit strange. I'll have to ask what the other teachers think. Don't. After that, it became clear that Emily's son actually got into the high school through the back door with money. He was expelled from the school. Due to my husband's work schedule, our family is now living in the U.S. My son is very interested in many things, and I'm looking forward to his future.